Good evening. Welcome to what is this live? It is called. Look, I done forgot the name of the live, y'all. We're talking about 3 months left in a year, and we're trying to set our goals. So our goals for 2025. We have 3 months left. So new month, happy September to everybody. New month, new goals. So we're going to be talking about setting our goals for the last 3 months of September. Okay, so we want to be setting our goals for the last month of September. I'm just going to wait for some more people to come into the room. We are setting new goals. So we are setting new goals. This live will be about setting goals for the last 3 months. Can y'all believe it's only 3 months to the year, y'all? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this mic together. 3 months into the year. So if you are watching on replay, put replay in the chat. If you are watching live, put live in the chat. I am going to wait on a few people to see who is going to come in the room. But again, we are talking about the last 3 months of the year. What money goals do you want to reach? We got 3 more months to reach our goals. Make sure that if you are on live, make sure that you heart the live, make sure that you share it out, tap the screen. People on TikTok, grab your daily heart at the top. But we are talking about reaching our goals for these last 3 months. Okay. I'm just gonna be waiting on. Can y'all believe it's September? Like, where did the time go? Before you know it, it's gonna be Christmas. It's gonna be Christmas before you know it, y'all. It is gonna be Christmas before you know it. So again, welcome to my live. I just can't believe that it is a brand new month and we are in September. Happy Labor Day to everyone watching on the live or watching on the replay. Yeah, we only have 3 months. Only have 3 months left. Again, if you are watching on the replay, put replay in the chat. If you're watching live, put live in the chat. And you know what, y'all? I'm not gonna lie. I see people watching my replay, and y'all don't be commenting, especially the YouTube people. I see my analytics. I see people watching the replay. So if you are watching the replay because you can't catch my lives, which is okay, but put something in the chat like replay family, so I know that I can see that people watch the lives, but they don't be commenting. So if you continuously watch my lives, I would appreciate it a lot if you would put replay in the chat because I can see that you watch it. Okay? So, and also like it. I see so many people watching the replay and they'll never like it. I figure you like it over here. So we definitely want to encourage. I definitely want to encourage you to like the live, to put replay in the chat, and also, put a comment. Let me know that you watched it. If you learned anything. If you learned anything, if you have a question, I would love for you to put a comment in there. So, again, tonight we are going to be talking about getting, our financial goals for this last 3 months of the year. Okay. So tonight we are going to reset. We're going to set some fresh financial goals, and we're going to talk about how we can finish the year strong. So again, if you are watching live, hit the like button. Also, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel or you're not following me on TikTok, I would greatly appreciate it if you follow me. Okay. I'm Gracefully Simplified on all platforms. So if you're new to my live, my name is Janine. I am a budget coach. I am a financial coach, and I specialize in getting out of debt, saving money, and getting out of debt, saving money, and budgeting. So that's what I specialize in. I'm a financial coach, and my content is about, encouraging busy moms, single moms to get out of debt, budget your money with God in the center. So if that is content that you are into, then make sure you hit the like button on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Okay. And hopefully you can catch one of my lives and be engaging. I would truly appreciate it. So tonight we are talking about what is your number one money goal for 2025? Any new people that entered the room, what is your number one money goal for 2025? We have 3 months left in the year, and we are talking about setting some doable financial goals and to be intentional about reaching our goals. But if you want to put in the chat where you are watching from, if you're live, what city you're watching from. Also, make sure that you heart the live. Make sure you like it. Make sure that you share. It would be greatly appreciated. So I'm going to start. Well, what's one financial goal you want to accomplish in September? If you could pick out one goal that you want to accomplish, what would that goal be? And put it in the chat. Let's make sure my mic is on, y'all. So what's one financial goal that you want to reach in September? It could be saving. Like we want realistic goals, y'all. So it's only 1 month. So let's say that you don't have any savings at all. So you may say, you know what? I want to save $250 this month. That's a great goal. Or you may say, I want to pay off some debt. I want to pay off one small credit card. That can be a financial goal. Or maybe you say, I don't really have debt and I have savings. Maybe I really need to get better with my budgeting. So maybe you really want to budget better. So put in the chat, what's one financial goal you want to reach by the end of September? Okay. And it could be small, it could be big, but remember, guys, we want the financial goal to be realistic. Okay, so we just don't want it to be like, oh, I want to save $5,000 by the end of the month. I mean, I don't know people's financial, but like, I feel like that's a huge goal. So we also want it to be realistic, whatever the goal is. So if you are watching on the live, put one financial goal that you want to reach. Maybe it's, again, to save money. Maybe it's to pay off one debt. Maybe it's to be prepared for Christmas. I know for me personally, the holidays coming up. If you haven't saved for the holiday, you can start putting some money aside now to start saving for the holiday, because it's coming before you know. We got 3 months left in the year, y'all. So don't overthink it. It doesn't have to be complicated, the money goal, but just think of one money goal that you have. It could be just surviving, like, right? Like it could just be, I don't want to be late on none of my bills for the rest of the year. Sometimes these money goals doesn't have to be something huge. It doesn't have to always be something really, elaborate. So it just really just depends on your personal money story. So if you, again, can put in the chat, new people that are coming into the room, make sure that you like the live, make sure you share, and put one money goal that you have. And put the goals so we can encourage each other to reach our goals, because we want, I want to be accountability partner for you. So whatever money goals that you say or you put in the chat, I want to be here to hold you accountable. And even if you're watching on the replay, let's say on the replay, you still can put your money goals for September. And again, I'm here to also hold you accountable and, encourage you along the way. So before we really get into like practical, like 3 months left in a year, I think that we really should reset our mind. Your mindset is so important. It says in a word to renew your mind daily. We have to, I want, people that's watching on the replay or people that's watching live, I want you to know that, the last 8 months of the year, let's say that you said, oh, I was supposed to save some money. You're beating yourself up because maybe you didn't pay off a lot of debt. Maybe you're not in the place that you want to be. Remember, God's mercies are new every morning and every month. So give yourself grace if you haven't reached any of your goals this year. It's okay. Because listen, we still got 3 months left, right? We still got 3 months left in the year to reach our goals. Give yourself grace, even if you said, you know what, I'm going to be better with my money financially. I'm going to save. Listen, you still have time. I think it's so important to make sure that your mindset, renewing our minds. God still gives us a chance to get it right. He still gives us a chance to still, reach our goals. So you still have time, even though it's 3 months in a year, you still have time. So give yourself grace. With any type of new habits, you're not going to, it's a new habit. So you have to give yourself grace, give yourself time. Don't beat yourself up for any financial goals that you didn't reach yet for this year. So any new people that is joining in the room, make sure that you like and share and comment. And I said, what is one money goal that you want to reach for September? And again, it could be saving money. It could be paying off debt. Put in the chat one money goal that you want to reach. Okay. So again, the first thing I want us to do is reset our mindset. And we can put an affirmation. I want to say this affirmation. I will finish strong. Say it out loud and speak it with me. I will finish strong. 3 mindsets that I want you guys to cover this month is 1, release the guilt on any past money mistakes. They don't own you. So any past, if you've been bad with your money, release the guilt. Give yourself grace. Personal finance is something that takes time to get used to. It takes time, and it's like ebbs and flows. Like sometimes you're good with your money, sometimes you're not. So it's like you got to give yourself grace. You still have time to be able to get your money together. The second thing would be speak life. Affirmations matter. Affirmations and what you say and how you're speaking over your money is very important. So if you're like, I'm never going to get out of debt, I'm never going to save, I'm never going to, pay off this credit card debt, then you know what? Honestly, then you probably won't, because your mindset, you're speaking it into existence. So you're not creating good habits that will allow you to pay off that. So your mindset and your affirmations and the words you say are super, super important. So instead of you saying, I'm just never going to get out of debt, I'm never going to pay this credit card off, change your mindset and say, you know what? I'm going to pay this debt off. Even if it takes me a little longer than I expected, I'm going to save for emergency. Even if it takes me a little longer than I expected, remember, we have to shift our mind. Our mind is very important. And it's almost like it's like like you start a new exercise program, right? You have to really believe first that you can lose the weight. And you have to start with your mind, but also you have to put actions in place as well, right? You have to put actions in place as well, but it starts with your mind. And you may say, you know what, all right, I'm really going to get this weight off. And you start by eating better. You start by going to the gym. But it all starts with you actually believing that you can do it. And it's the same thing with money. You have to believe that you can get out of debt. You have to believe that you can save money. You have to believe that you want to get that house. Okay. Even if it takes longer than what you expected, you have to believe it first. So speaking affirmations matter. And then the third thing, which is so important that I feel like a lot of people miss, is partner with God, right? So one, we need to be releasing the guilt. Two, we need to be speaking life. And three, we need to be partnering with God. Invite him into your finances daily. Ask God to give you strength to say, Lord, you know what? Budgeting has been hard for me. Give me strength to just track my expenses today, God. Give me strength not to overspend in this category. Give me strength not to go to the fast food restaurant, God, and instead let me make food at home. Ask God to give you strength in those weak moments where you feel like, oh my gosh, I want to save money, but I'm so used to these habits that he can give you strength to break habits. And remember, it takes 7 days to break a habit, right? So 7 days. I also created a 7-day faith over finance guide. The links are in my bio, but it really today I posted a video and it was day 1 and it's surrendering our finances to God. So if you get a chance, make sure that you download the guide. It will help you take control of your finances with God in the center, and it's free. And it has journal prompts, so it will walk you through each day of, it'll have a prayer at the top, it will have a Bible verse, and then it will have an action step, because faith without works is dead. So if there's one thing to be praying about your finances, but you also have to put in the work too. So you need to do hand in hand. It's like you can't do one without the other. Yes, we need to be praying about it, but we also need to have practical steps to reach our goals and invite God into your finances. So the practical September goals. Now let's get practical with 3 money goals that you can set this month. One money goal that you can set is to start a small emergency fund. If you're like, you know what, I can't save a lick. I used to be like that, y'all. Where you like, you know what, I can't save no money and I'm really trying to save money. Start with something small. September, we have 30 days, right? It's September the 2nd. You can say, you know what? I'm going to start and I'm going to save $250, right? If you're not a saver, start with something small. Okay. Don't overwhelm yourself with saying, oh, I need to be saving thousands of dollars before the year end. No, start with something small. And the first thing you can start with is emergency fund. We all need an emergency fund. You need a cushion between you and life. Okay. So if you do not have an emergency fund, you need to start one now. So you can't hear me? Okay. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I'm having technical difficulties. Can you hear me now? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for letting me know that you can hear me, because I would have just been chatting and y'all wouldn't have been able to hear me. So I'm streaming on 2 platforms, YouTube, sorry about that, and TikTok. So I'm glad that you can hear me. Thank you so much. So what I was saying was, what's one goal that you can have? What's your number one money goal for September? And I was saying that you can start with the emergency fund if you do not have one. So if you want to put one of your financial goals that you want to reach for the end of this year, maybe that's saving, maybe that's paying off debt. But remember, we only have 3 more months left in the year. So what is a small financial goal that you want to reach? Put it in the chat. And also make sure that you're liking the live. Make sure that you are sharing. Make sure that you are grabbing your daily heart at the top. But put one financial goal that you want to reach by the end of the year. And I also was saying that the first goal would be to have an emergency fund. You know, I used to be a really bad saver. I'm a spender for sure. So I've gotten used to saving. One of the things that helped me save, that helped me to get better with savings is like automating savings. So like soon as I get paid, sending money straight to a high yield savings account allowed me to get better with my money. So what's one financial goal that you have for September? If you want to put it in the chat. Damn it. Oh, shit. Oh, this mic. Oh. Oh. All right, so I'm having technical difficulties on my mic. Can you guys hear me on TikTok? Can you guys hear me on TikTok? Let me know if you can hear me. Now, of course, YouTube technical difficulties. Let me know if you can hear me. Good again. Okay. So my mic was going in and out. So you just gonna have to bear with me. Sorry about that. I just took the mic off and hopefully you could just hear me. Sorry about any background noise you guys hear. But yeah, I gotta get a better mic. So I'm glad that you can hear me. So again, I know YouTube, I'm streaming on 2 platforms. YouTube is probably like, oh, she repeated herself twice. But for TikTok, I said any financial goals that you want to reach by the end of 2025 or for September. Either way. Number one, we can start with starting a small emergency fund. A lot of people, they say most Americans do not have $1,000 for an emergency. Most people do not have an emergency fund. So I would say for people that don't have an emergency fund, start small. There's still 3 months in the year that you still can try to save. Let's say for September, your goal would be to save $250. Start small, but I would say you need to have an emergency fund and you need a cushion between you and life. Because guess what? Life is going to life and stuff is going to happen. And there's going to be emergencies that is going to happen. And instead of going into more debt, if you have an emergency fund, it will help you not swipe those credit cards and not be going into like bill money, for emergencies, because we don't want to do that. So put in the chat, what's one goal that you have for the month of September? And again, it could be something small. One goal that you have for the month of September. So 1, we can start with an emergency fund. 2 could be pay off one small debt. What's one small debt that you could pay off this month? Is it any Afterpay accounts? Is it any Affirm accounts that you have? Listen, it's no judgment and no guilt over here, but we want to make sure that we are setting a plan. Like, okay, you know what? And writing it down. So whatever goals that you have for the month or for the rest of the year, make sure you write it down and make sure that you have somebody that's going to hold you accountable. So whatever goals that you have, that you set, make sure you write it down and make sure you get an accountability partner. So number 1, we can set a small emergency fund. Well, we can, start a small emergency fund. 2, we can pay off one small debt. And 3, we can track our expenses. Put in the chat if tracking your expenses is something that you need to get better with. If tracking your expenses is something that you need to get better with, put it in the chat. For the new people that enter the room, make sure you like the live, make sure you share it. We are talking about our financial goals for September and also for the end of the year. Put in the chat one financial goal that you want to reach for September, or maybe one financial goal that you want to reach by the end of the year. And it could be paying off debt. It could be saving a small emergency fund. It could be preparing for the holidays. Let's say that you say, you know what, I have my emergency fund. I have my, I'm paying off debt, but I want to prepare for the holidays. I know for me as a single mom, like the holidays it can be a stressful time a lot of times, just because it's like financially, if your budget is already tight and then now the holiday comes up, a lot of people are not prepared, and that's when those credit cards come out. And that's not what we want to do, y'all. We don't want to be swiping no credit cards. Thank you so much. We don't want to be swiping no credit cards this year. So what can we do to help not swipe our credit cards? I think that we need to be a little bit more prepared. Thank you so much for sharing the live. Thank you so much. We can be more prepared for the holidays, and that can just be starting a sinking funds now. Like we can just start a sinking funds for the holidays. Let's say you say, you know what, I have my emergency fund already. I'm already paying off debt. I just really want to be prepared, because like unlike me, like being a mom of 3, Christmas come. I remember when my kids were small, I used to be that mom that would be in the line of Toys R Us. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the joining live. Thank you so much for the gift. I used to be that mom. Thank you for the populars. I truly appreciate it. I used to be that mom standing in the line. Okay. Toys R Us. This was back when Toys R Us was around, standing in that line, trying to, thank you so much for the heart, me. Thank you so much. Standing in a line, trying to get these Christmas gifts for my kids and be swiping it on my credit card and going into debt just to, to get Christmas gifts and stuff for my kids. And again, there's no shame or no guilt here, but it's just like, we just need to be prepared more that yes, you still can get gifts and you still can prepare financially for your family, especially for the upcoming holidays, but there's a better way to prepare. So new people that join into the room, if you have one financial goal that you want to reach for 2025, put it in the chat. If that's saving, thank you so much for the populars, Dr. Trish. Thank you. That could be saving. It could be paying off debt. But drop in the chat thank you. Drop in the chat one financial goal you have. And again, like I said, for me being a mom, like the holidays is coming up, y'all, and we really do not want to swipe the credit cards and going into more debt. We want to be paying off the debt. We want to be cutting those credit cards up. Save for the upcoming wedding and getting out of debt. Save for the upcoming wedding. Okay, great. So do you have a wedding fund and getting out of debt? Are you using a debt plan like the snowball method or the avalanche method? I'm reading a comment. Because weddings can be very expensive, and especially if you don't have a budget. No, I don't have a wedding fund. Weddings can be very, very expensive. It's a small wedding. Oh, okay. Okay, so if it's a small wedding, it can be expensive, but if it's a small wedding, that's fine. But you also said that you wanted to pay off debt. We are paying it together. Nice. So you're cash flowing the wedding, which is great. Because most people, they say the average amount of weddings is like $30,000. That's just like the average amount. And a lot of people go into debt for weddings. And it's like, you and your new husband, you kind of like don't want to be going into no extra debt. Y'all just getting married. Y'all don't be stressed about money because they say money is the number one causes of, divorce and stuff like that. Ours will not be that much. Great. Great. I'm glad yours will not be that much. Great, great, great. But they say that's the average. So again, it could be more or less, but that's the average. So that's good that you guys are like cash flowing the wedding, which is good. So you cash flowing the wedding and you're still trying to pay off debt. So what would be, so you want to fund the wedding? And again, are you using a debt method like the snowball method or the avalanche method? Getting into payment plans. Okay. Getting into payment plans. Don't know what those methods are. Okay, so let me just educate you really quick on what those methods are. So the snowball method is when you list your debts from smallest to largest, and it doesn't matter about the interest rate. So let's just say, for example, your smallest debt is $600, your second one is $1,000, and your third one is $3,000 for back taxes and my tuition loans. Oh, for back taxes and tuition loans. Okay, no other debt. Okay. So again, for all of the debts, the snowball method would be listing the debts smallest to largest, and it doesn't matter what the interest rate is. And the avalanche method is when you list the debts based on the interest rate first. Now, a lot of people use the avalanche method if you're like really a math person and you realize that you want to be paying more money over time in interest to those debts, then the avalanche will work. But honestly, I would say personally, I paid off like $60,000 in debt, and I use the snowball. The snowball is going to give you those small wins, and it's going to keep the momentum going, and it's going to give you the ability to pay off, just give you the encouragement to keep continuously paying off the debt. So I would recommend the link that's in my bio. I have a debt payoff tracker where you could just list all your debt, and it's just a more organized way for you to look at all the debt you have. You can write out all your debt, you can write the minimum payments, and then decide to say, I'm going to start with this debt, and then go from there. And it's free. It's like a freebie that's in the link in my bio. So if you get a chance, you can check that out. I need help with this. I will check your resources out. Great, thank you. Yeah, it will really help. Yeah, and again, it's just a more organized way for you to list all your debt out so you can know, because a lot of times people don't even know what they owe, how much it is, what's the interest rates. So again, this paper it's an instant download that you can join, and you will be able to list your debt and have a list of what you need to pay off first. So that's good. So you're saying paying off debt. Okay. Are you prepared for the holidays? I would say, are you prepared for the holidays? And also, let me see. So again, don't spend much during the holidays. Well, that's great. That's great. I'm glad. Like, I wish I could say the same, but having kids, I try not to spend, but unfortunately I do. So I'm trying to be prepared better for my kids. I have 3, so I definitely and then family too. It's like, family, you want to give gifts to family. So sometimes the holidays can be stressful for a lot of people, but I'm glad you don't spend that much during the holidays. Just 2 grandkids and the fiance. Oh, okay, good. So the grandkids, they may be expecting gifts. I don't know if they're expecting gifts, but I'm glad that you're not spending that much on the holidays, which is good, So again, the practical goals that we can set for September can be 1, to start a small emergency fund, 2, to pay off one small debt, and 3, track your expenses this month. Tracking your expenses can be hard for some people, but I always tell people tracking your expenses is a game changer. It will show you your relationship with money. It will show you, like, you really think that you may spend like $50 on fast food, but then when you really track your expenses, you realize that you spend $150 on food. So I always tell people that that's the foundation, that you want to make sure that you track your expenses. You need to know what's coming in and what's going out. And then that way you can understand what your margin is. And your margin is going to be the extra money that you have left over after you pay all your bills and after you pay everything that's necessary to like keep your house afloat. Okay, so I would say so drop in the chat, is debt freedom, if you could accomplish one money win by December 31st, what would it be? And I know you said that you are paying for the wedding and getting out of debt. So if you could accomplish one goal by December 31st, would that be to pay off debt? Or would it be a certain amount that you want to pay off? You're welcome. Drop in the chat, is debt freedom, building savings, or finally sticking to a budget something that you want to accomplish by December 31st? I would say for me personally, I have a personal goal to pay off 2 more of my student loans and this credit card by December 31st. I'm determined to pay off 2 of these student loans. Small amounts to pay off on credit, but getting on these payment plans and lowering my car note. Oh, okay. So you're saying that getting on the payment plans, and is that for the school debt for the payment plans and lowering your car note? Lowering your car note, are you like refinancing your car note to get like a lower interest rate? Or how are you going to lower the car note? Right, those 2 I stated. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay, those 2 you stated. Okay. Hello, Xavier. Thank you for entering the room. Make sure that you're liking the live. Make sure that you're sharing. We are talking about our money goals and what's your number one money goal for 2025. If you want to put in the chat a money goal that you have for this year. We only have 3 months left in the year. So if you want to put your money goals. Yes. Okay. So I would say for Dr. Trish, refinancing your car note is definitely a good move. Thank you for all your help. I'll check out your resources. Going to eat dinner. Okay, great. All right. You're welcome. Oh, thank you so much for the ground. Thank you so much. So we are talking about our financial goals for 2025. Put in the chat financial goals that you want to reach. There's 3 months left in the year. We can still finish off 2025 strong. So you are doing great. Thank you so much, Dr. Trish. Thank you so much. I'm still getting used to it, but thank you. I really appreciate it. For the new people that enter the room, we're talking about our money goals for 2025 and how we are trying to reset our goals. And so again, I want to just encourage people. Remember, you can download the recording and use it for your content. Exactly. I am going, bye bye. I am going to make sure, bye. Have a good evening. I am going to make sure that I do that. Yes, I'm doing that more often for sure. But I also just want to encourage people that's on the thank you, people that's on the replay or people that is actually watching live, to reset your mind. You know, our mindsets are so important. And again, when I first started the live, I said, you know, we have to make sure that we are renewing our minds daily, that do not beat yourself up if you did not reach your money goals for this year. You still have 3 more months. So you still have time to reach some type of goal. And again, make sure you start small. It's 3 months left in a year. You may say, you know what, I want to save $250 this month, or I want to save $500 by the end of the year. Or maybe a goal for you is to pay off one credit card. Okay. Or maybe a goal for you is to create a sinking fund to be better with the holidays coming up. Whatever goal you have for your finances, give yourself grace. You still have time to reach your goals. It's still thank you so much for the roses. Stopping by to show support. Thank you so much for showing the support. Thank you for the fan club. Thank you. Thank you. So you still have time to reach your money goals. Give yourself grace. Know that it is a journey. Reaching, personal finances is a journey. It's not like I'm gonna just look at my budget one day, or I'm gonna pay this debt off. It's an ongoing thing. Give yourself grace. Know that God is walking alongside you. Invite God into your finances. Stay on your hands and knees in prayer. Have an accountability partner that's going to hold you accountable. And make sure that you have a plan and write it down. They say you fail to plan if you don't plan to fail. If you do not plan, then you're planning to fail, right? So we want to set out a plan for the rest of this month, for the rest of this year. We have 3 more months. Renew your mind, reset your goals, stay encouraged. Know that you still can reach your goals, even though they're small. You still can pay off that small credit card. You still can build that emergency fund. You still can be prepared for the holidays, even if you've never been prepared before, but you still can do it. God's mercies is new every day. And as long as he is giving breath in your body for you to be able to do it, you still have time. So I want us to finish off 2025 strong. So September, I want to break it down like this. September is going to be the month for reset and simplify. So focus on one small win. Make sure that you reset and you simplify. October can be building consistency. So we are just going to make sure that we're consistent with our money. We're going to be making sure that we're consistent with tracking our expenses, making sure that we're consistent with paying off debt, making sure that we're consistent in saving our money. But October can be, we're building consistency. Show up for your budget week after week. November and December, push towards one major money win. Push towards one small major money win for November and December. So that's how we can make sure that we are reaching our goals for the rest of the year. Okay. So I'm just going to recap on what we talked about tonight in this live. So resetting your mindset and giving yourself grace. Setting 3 practical steps for September. So September is save. We can pay off some debt and track our expenses. Creating a 90-day plan to finish strong. Okay. Making sure that you create a plan. Because again, like I said, you fail to plan or you plan to fail. All right. So we're going to make sure that we are creating a plan for the last 3 months of the year. And for the new people that are in the room, we are talking about our financial goals for September and how we still have time to reach some of our financial goals for September and for even the end of the year. You still have time. So if you want to put in the chat any financial goals that you want to reach for September, is that saving some money? Maybe it's paying off some debt. Like, what financial goals do you want to reach by the end of this year? And it can be small goals. It can be anything realistic, some small goals that you have. Make sure that if you're in the live, make sure that you're liking the live. Make sure that you're sharing it. Make sure that you're getting your daily heart at the top. And what is some financial goals that you want to reach for September? And again, it could be saving money. It could be getting out of debt. Maybe it's paying that one credit card off. Maybe it's saving $250. Like, you know what? I'm really, even if you haven't saved a dime all year, you still got time to save. So maybe it's like, you know what? I'm at least going to save 250, which is okay, right? Maybe it's like, you know what? I'm going to cut my credit cards up and I'm not going to use any of my credit cards and I'm going to try to pay one small credit card down. Or maybe it's, you know what? Let me stop the afterpay payments. Let me pay off some of the Klarna payments. You know, whatever it is, it can be a small goal, it can be a big one, but you know, you want to be realistic with your goals. You want to give yourself grace. And it's so important for us to renew our mind, right? Like if you always are like, you know what, I'm just so bad with money that I never can save. Or, you know what, I'm never going to get out this credit card debt. We have to renew our minds daily and be speaking life over our finances. Invite God into your finances. Ask God to give you strength to reach your goals because it's not easy. It is not easy paying off debt. Sometimes you get discouraged, especially if you have a lot of debt to pay off like me. I got a lot of student loan debt, unfortunately, and I'm in it for the long haul. So it's like invite God into your finances, ask him to give you strength when you get those moments of discouragement, when you get those moments of like, you know what, I just want to impulse and just spend and just not think about it. Before you swipe that credit card, before you impulse buy, pause, think about it, pray about it, and then rethink that purchase. Rethink that purchase again. Like, you know what? Do I really need this? Do I really need this bag? Do I really need those shoes? Do I really need that? Before you impulse buy, think about it. And again, make sure that you are inviting God into your finances. You still have time to reach your money goals for the end of the year. It is September, new month, new goals. We still can reach our money goals, y'all, for the end of the year. So you still have time to reach those goals. Do not shame yourself for not reaching your money goals for this year. You still have time. For the new people that enter the room, we're talking about our money goals. Make sure that you're liking the live. Make sure you share it. Make sure that you're getting your daily heart at the top. And if you want to put in the chat, put a money goal that you want to reach by December 31st, 2025. So what's that one money goal that you will feel like, yeah, like, you know what? I'm glad that I reached this money goal. Like, hi, Dr. Lisa. So what is that one money goal? Hi. Thank you so much, Dr. Lisa. We are talking about the one money goal that we can reach for 2025. Hello, friend. Hi, Dr. Lisa. How are you? Thank you for coming into the live. We are talking about reaching our money goals for 2025. So if you want to put in the chat, what is your number one money goal for 2025? Is it saving saving 250 towards your emergency fund? Is it paying off that one credit card? Is it preparing for the holidays? What's that one money goal that you're like, you know what? I want to reach it this year. I still have time. And if I reach this goal, I'm really going to feel really good about like my finances this year. So what is that one money goal that you're like, you know what? I'm going to pay that card. I'm going to pay that card off. I still got time to pay it off. This is a new month. This is September. We still have time, and also it's so important to renew your mind. My one goal is paying off my car and it's in reach. Yes, yes, paying off your car. So we are going to speak that into existence, right? And I said in here that, renewing your mind daily to make sure that you have a positive mindset that you're going to pay your car off. Yes, we're going to speak that into existence. The affirmations are so important, and speaking positive things over your money is very important. Because if you're like, you know what, I'm never going to pay this car off, or I'm never going to get out of debt, or I'm never going to save any money, then honestly, you're not. Because, what we literally speak, we speak life and death through our tongue. So if you are constantly having these negative thoughts about your finances, then you're never going to get in a place where you want to get to. But if you are constantly renewing your mind daily, like, no, I'm going to pay it off. I'm going to pay that car off. Like, I'm so close. I'm going to pay that credit card off. You know what? You could be like, you know what? I never saved any money, but I'm going to save money. Whatever it is, make sure that you are speaking affirmations over your finances, and also just speaking like positive over your finances. So we're going to speak that definitely into existence for you, Dr. Lisa. I'm going to be excited for you to be like, I paid it off. I'm going to be excited for you to say that. So that is great. I would say for me personally, like, I have 2 student loans that I want to pay off in this one credit card by the end of the year. And like, I'm such a numbers person that I literally added up all the 2 credit cards and the student loan. And was like putting in my budget, like, this is what I have to pay every month to reach this goal. So that's me. I'm more like very numbers, like, okay, this is what I need to put aside every month so I can reach this goal. So I'm determined to pay these 2 student loans off and this one credit card by 2025. So it's so important to make sure that you are also creating a plan. Make sure that you have a plan, not just to be like, you know what, oh, I want to do it, but make sure that those plans are obtainable, right? Like, you don't want the plan to be so far out or so like far away from your reach that you just make it unrealistic and you almost set yourself up for failure. Like, we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we are creating realistic goals for ourselves. Thank you so much for the new people in the room. Yes, I got my student loans forgiven last year, and it's a blessing. Oh my gosh. Yes, like, student loan forgiveness. I'm so jealous. I applied for the student loan forgiveness and did not get it. I wish that they would forgive my student loans, but congratulations to you, Dr. Lisa, for that. That is so great. I'm sure that a lot of people would want their student loan forgiven, because I know I do. I'm just like, oh my God, the long haul of these student loans, y'all. If I know what I know now about student loans, I tell my kids, like, listen, student loan debt is not an option. I would say, listen, y'all gonna have to go to a community college and y'all gonna have to work, and I'm gonna try to help y'all pay it. But going into student loan debt is like, man, I wish I would have had the knowledge that I have now for back then, because I wouldn't have went into student loan debt. So congratulations to you for that. Congratulations. So any new people that are in the room, we are talking about what is your number one money goal for 2025. If you could put one money goal, what would it be? Would it be to save? Let's say you don't have an emergency fund. They say most Americans cannot afford $1,000 emergency. Most Americans, if you had $1,000 emergency, most Americans cannot cover it with cash. Yes, we've avoided the student loan debt for our kids too. Yes. I told my sons all the time. I was like, student loan debt is not an option over here. Like, we're just not doing it. Unfortunately, we're not doing it. I'm like, listen, we're gonna go to the community college. We're gonna try to help you pay, but like, I'm not signing no Parent Plus loans. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I'm just like, no, I'm not doing it. I had to pay off my own student loan debt, so I'm not getting into more debt for you all. So, and then you know what? I really wish that, it's just like, it's so more other ways to still get your education without going into debt. Like, prime example, I've been in healthcare for 15 years. There are employers that will pay for you to go to school. So there just are other ways you can get grants, you can get scholarships. Well, TikTok was trying to end my live, y'all. Sorry about that. It was trying to end it. They was like, wait a minute. Yes, but I was saying there's so many other ways to go to school without going into debt. And again, you can have an employer that will help you. Yes, we have them applying to scholarships to help save. Yes, scholarships, grants. I know that if in Pennsylvania, if you live in Pennsylvania, it's the Pell Grant, and I think they give you like up to like 5,000 per semester. Don't quote me on that, but I know I got a lot of money from having the Pell Grant. And then again, employers, or a lot of people feel like you have to go to these these private schools. But I always tell people, do you ever ask your nurse what college she went to? Do you ever ask your doctor what college you got? What happened? You got a puzzle piece? Yes, I got a puzzle piece. Yeah. What is it? Like, I guess they was trying to shut it off. Is that what that means? Yeah, because I'm like, I've gotten that before, the puzzle piece. What does that mean? That's typical. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Because I'm like, yeah, I've gotten that before. I actually kind of got it often. I don't know why. Yeah, I've gotten that puzzle piece often. That's typical. But yeah, like, there are just so many other ways for our kids to go to school without going into debt. It happens most lives. Just confirm you're active. Oh, okay. Yeah. I definitely confirmed it. Yeah, I'm like, does it like pause it? I don't know why it does that, but I guess it just pauses it. Because streaming on YouTube, you don't get that message, but on TikTok, you definitely get that. So hello, Michelle. Thank you for joining the live. We're talking about our number one money goal for 2025. What is the one money goal that you have for 2025? If you want to put it in the chat. We have 3 months left in the year. So what is that one goal that you're like, you know what? If I reach this goal by the end of the year, I will feel great about my finances. Maybe it's saving money. Maybe it's paying off some debt. Maybe it's preparing for the holidays. What is that one money goal that you're like, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do for the end of the year. But yeah, Dr. Lisa, the student loans, I'm like, we were talking about student loans and how having kids, student loans is just not an option for me or my kids, because I just. How long have you been live tonight? An hour. An hour. Yep, I've been here an hour. And I honestly, I was having mic issues. I had a different mic and people were like, they couldn't hear me. Are your kids college aged? Yes. I have a 20-year-old and an 18 and I have a 20, an 18 and a 15. I'm about to say, how old is he? He's 15 and he'll be 16. So yeah, two that are grown. But my oldest, he is in the military, so the military helps with his college. Thank God. Yep. And the 18-year-old is looking into trade school. So we're looking at some trade school that is affordable for him. And the 15-year-old is actually in a trade program. So according to the program, if he finish out the last 2 years in this program, that he doesn't have to go to trade, like he gets a certification at the end of the year. So hopefully, he'll finish the program off strong, and they also will be helping him get a job at his senior year. So that's one of the things. Okay, we have a 20-year-old who will start the military in the spring. Oh, congratulations. So which branch? And is he going to be active or reserve? Because my 20 is reserve. My 20 is reserve. He has his AA degree already. Nice. I would say, as just a parent, when my 18 went to the military, and when he went to the boot camp, I cried. Air Forces, nice. I told my 20-year-old to do Air Forces. He did not want to do it. He went Army, but he actually is a mechanical engineer in the Army, so he did pick a good job. I told him to do Air Forces, but I'm not gonna lie, Dr. Lisa, I cried when he got on that plane, and I feel like the boot camp is the hardest because you're not able to talk to them. I think I went like 3 months without talking to him, but you could write them. So and he went during the winter. So I had to send him boots. It just was a lot, but it definitely teaches them though. It definitely teaches them a lot. He definitely came back different, but, as a mom, not being able to talk to him it was like 3 months, but we wrote though. He was able to write, but they strip all of that out of them, like they all of the distractions that the whole, like, I guess militaries, they like strip them down. He had to like cut his hair, all of that, and then they like build him back up. So I remember the day that I flew down there to see him on his graduation, and I cried. As a mom, I was like, oh my God, my child looks so different. It's just been so good to see him. So that I would say the family support is so important. If you could write him, just to keep his spirits up, because it's just a lot that they have to go through, and just, being supportive as much as you can would be, that's what I would say. But yeah, it's definitely, it's transition for the family, but he'll get through it though. They'll get through it. So the new people that enter the room, we are talking about our money goals for 2025. What is your number one money goal? We have 3 more months left in the year. So what is that one money goal that you still want to reach? So put in the chat the one money goal that you want to reach by the end of 2025. I can't believe, y'all, that it's September. I'm a bonus mom for him, so my husband will be a wreck. Oh, yeah. Well, I feel like men, they take it a little different. They'd be like, oh yeah, he'd be all right. You know what I mean? He may be a little bit more, but it's like moms or just women, we more emotional. I was crying every day, like, oh my God, I miss him so much. He talks to the boys all the time. Okay. Yeah. He may not be as emotional. I feel like men, they handle it a little differently. They be like, oh, he'd be all right. But I was just like emotional wreck, like, oh my God, it's like 20 degrees out there. He probably freezing. He told me stories like, Mom, I couldn't feel my fingers. I couldn't feel my feet. They be sitting outside. They had to do so many drills outside and all that. And I'm just like, oh my God, my child. So, but your husband may be like, he'll be all right. Your husband may be like, he good. He may not be as emotional as like I was, but it's definitely a great experience. I will say though, my son, like all of the doors that has been open for him just having the military experience and having it, it's just I feel like he gets jobs faster. Yes, my husband has been pushing the military for a minute with him. Listen, I feel like for mine, I was like, listen, do you want to go to the military? Like, that should be your last option. Do we have to go? I was like, oh my gosh, do you have to go? He was like, Mom, this is what I want to do, and I need your support. And I'm like, okay. So, yes. I'm like, but since your husband has been talking about it to them, that's That's really good. For the new people that's in the room, make sure that you heart the live, make sure you share it, make sure that you get your daily heart. We are talking about our financial goals for 2025. What's the one financial goal that you want to reach by the end of December? What is that one goal that you're like, you know what? I want to reach this goal. Was that saving some money? Is that getting out of debt? Is that building an emergency fund? What is that one financial goal that you're like, this is what I'm going to do? Don't beat yourself up for not being perfect with your finances. Give yourself grace, invite God into your finances. Know that, your budget and your personal finances is a journey. It is not easy. Give yourself grace. God gives you new mercy each and every day. So what is that one financial goal that you want to reach? I'm supporting the military since he needs it for structure and future opportunities too. It will definitely teach him structure, absolutely, and future opportunities, absolutely. Absolutely. I will say that my son has had a lot of opportunities given to him because he had military experience, because they know how to follow rules. They have like this security check that my son was applying to some jobs, and he has this like security clearance that he got from the military. Absolutely. Grace is needed with finances. It absolutely is needed. I think that we just beat ourselves up sometimes, and it's like, dang, you know what? Especially like this time of the year in September, it's just like, you know what? I didn't save any money this year, or I didn't pay off the debt that I said I was going to pay off this year. Or you could say, I'm just not prepared. And I feel like it is so important for us to give ourselves grace, especially as mom, especially as women, especially as people. We give other people grace, but we do not give ourselves grace. Give yourself grace. Know that, your personal finances, you still have time to still reach those goals by the end of the year. So give yourself grace. Wow, that's awesome. He has the security clearance too. Yes. Yep, he definitely does. Yeah. So, yep. So, it's gonna be exciting. It's definitely different, but I think your husband probably was preparing him for it, so that'll be good. So that will really be good. Yep. So, let me see. So we talked about in the beginning renewing your mind, making sure your mindset is resetting your mindset, giving yourself grace, 3 practical steps that you can do for September: save, pay off debt, track your expenses, and creating a 90-day plan to finish 2025 strong. So September, we can reset and simplify. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Lisa. Thank you so much. Oh, reaching the goals. Thank you for resetting our mind. October, we can build consistency. In November and December, we can be pushing towards one major money goal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Lisa. So again, people that are watching on the replay or watching on the live, put your money goals for September or even for the end of the year. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Coach Rhonda. How are you? We are talking about our money goals for September, friend. Thank you so much for the daily heart. Thank you so much. We are talking about what is the one financial goal that you want to reach by the end of the year. It's actually tagging on to what you were saying about I guess the reset, like for the goals that you guys were talking about. So it's actually, I guess, work hand in hand with that. You need a little tapper help. Yo, yeah. You need a little tapper helper. Yeah. You know what? I seen that on TikTok where you can order it. Is it like a tapper, like where it's a clicker device? I have a few. Let me think of what the top one is. I'm going to get that. And so do you like clip it to your phone where it just taps the screen for you? I think you just yes, I have and forgot to use it. Oh, you have it and you forgot to use it tonight. I'm going to order it, y'all. I don't have it, but I'm definitely going to order it. So then that way I don't be having to click on it myself. So Coach Rhonda, I would say, some of the goals, get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm definitely gonna get it. I think I have it in my TikTok card. So when I get off this live, y'all just see this. I'm definitely gonna purchase it because I was like, oh, I heard somebody else say it in the live. It says, yes, you need a second device to properly use it. Oh, okay. So the second device, could it be like a tablet? Because like I have a tablet, or does it have to be a phone? So I don't know if it has to be a phone, but I do have a tablet. So hopefully that will work. But we're talking about our money goals for 2025. And again, it could be something small. I feel like it could be saving $250. Oh, thank you. Yes, a tablet on a backup account. Oh, okay. A tablet on a backup account. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, I'll do that. I'm definitely going to do that. Yeah, so I was saying for the money goals, it could be paying off the one credit card. It could be saving most people don't have an emergency fund, so it could just be saving some money. Or it could be being, putting sinking funds away. I know you were talking about the travel fund before, so maybe it's you saying, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Maybe it's like, I want to save $500 towards my travel fund by the end of the year. The goals doesn't have to be, congratulations, times 4. Thank you. The goals doesn't have to be anything big. It can be small. And I think that it's important to do, realistic goals, especially since it's only 3 months left in the year. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to get that clicker, y'all. I want to pay off a credit card. There we go. You definitely can do that. I personally have these 2 student loans and a credit card that I am determined to pay off by the end of the year. So what I did was I took the amount of both of the student loans and the credit cards, and I added them together, and then I divided it by how many checks I have left for the end of the year. And I said to myself, like, I put in my budget, okay, let's say that the amount was $3,000, and let's say that I had to put $250 every paycheck. I just made sure that every time I'm getting paid that I am putting $250 towards me making sure that I reach my goals of paying the credit cards off by the end of the year. Yes, next year is my 50th anniversary, so I need the budget for the big trip. Yes. Well, congratulations. 50 is big. Congratulations. Yes. That's so Coach Janine. You yeah. Listen, because I'm like a numbers Coach Rhonda. I'm like such a number. So I'm like, okay, if I could, it's one thing to say, okay, I just want to pay this credit card off, but to be very practical with it. Like, okay, you know what? I have this amount of pays left in the year. This is the amount of the credit card, and let me divide those pays into however much the amount is. So then that way you reach your goal. Or it's like, let's say it's like $300 that you have to pay every check. Then you're like, you know what? That's kind of stretching me kind of thin, right? So then you can know firsthand, like, okay, you know what? All right, let me be more realistic with my goals, and let me say, okay, maybe I can't pay this whole credit card off by the end of the year, but at least I can pay off half, right? Then you can say, you know what? I probably can't save that 300, but at least I can save 150, right? So it's just like, still being realistic with your goals, but not stretching yourself too thin. Because if you stretch yourself too thin, and because we all know life going to happen, y'all, like life is going to happen. And if you stretching yourself too thin, when that emergency comes and when life happens, you're like, dad, that's when we dipping into credit card debt. That's when we swiping, unnecessary things. So it's like, we want to make sure that the goals are realistic for us to be able to, reach. So even if it's not paying off the whole entire credit card by the end of the year, but you're like, you know what, I want to pay off half. And then 2026, we align our goals for you to pay off the other half of the credit card. So I just think it's just so important to make sure that you're realistic with your goals. So paying off a credit card definitely is good. As you earn on TikTok, you can use it to pay off debt. Oh, and listen, I said that, right? It's a small balance. So I just want to eliminate it. Oh, okay. And you know what? This is exactly what I said, y'all. I said any money that I receive from social media, anything, any money that I receive from TikTok, from YouTube, it's going straight to debt. It's not going to anything else. And now if I need to like build my business or something like that, but I said, listen, any money I get from social media, I'm paying off debt. I'm not doing anything else I don't need it for nothing else. I'm like, listen, it's just going to make my debt payoff journey even faster. So unfortunately, I'm not earning that much on social media yet, y'all, but it's okay. I'm like, giving myself grace. I'm earning pennies at this point. I'm definitely earning pennies, but I know it's gonna get there though. I know it's gonna get there. So, but I didn't really start this journey to be in here like trying to earn all this money. So I really didn't start it for that. I really started it to bless another mom or bless other people. To your income, I have left mine in PayPal and need to move it to my HSA. Yes. He said, yes. Yet. Keywords yet. You're absolutely right, right? Yet. I definitely agree. Yet. But I know God is working it. He moving. You know what I mean? Like I didn't receive it yet, but he working on it. He working on it. Definitely for sure. He is working on it. Absolutely. He is working on it. I know it takes time though. I think that, just getting into social media, getting into TikTok and the lives and stuff like that, some people have to, I honestly, I thank God that like TikTok is not a source, it's not a source that I rely on. Or some people are in a place where they rely on social media and, if it go left or right, then their finances is unstable. And thank God that I'm not relying on social media at all. Now, it would be a bonus. It would definitely be a help, but that's not my main source of income at all. So I tip my head off to the content creators that rely on it. I'm like, ooh, I need something stable. I need something I could rely on. Because social media is just ups and downs. TikTok is changing this. YouTube is changing this. And it's just like all the changes. One day you could be making this. And the next day you're making that. Oh, no. I'm like, I need something stable, y'all. I'm used to stable income. I'm in healthcare. So I'm like, I need that consistent, stable income. Shout out to all of the entrepreneurs out there that's been doing it a long time. I'm like, ooh. It's definitely a leap of faith. Oh, yes. Yes, definitely for sure. And I think it's very important, even for the entrepreneurs, they say that like before somebody leave their 9 to 5, you need to at least have like 12 months of savings in your account. You need to make sure that it's a calculated risk. You need to make sure you're looking at your analytics and that you can grow your business or grow your social media to a level that can sustain you and not just jump off the ledge of like, oh, okay, this is what I'm gonna do and just be relying on. Because nowadays I see this so much on the youth, the YT, that people, content creators, are just begging for, oh, I need money for my rent, I need money for my car note. I'm like, I'm not judging anybody, but I just never really want to be in a place where I have to go on social media and beg for you beg for funds for like my subscribers and stuff like that. I just never want to be in a place for that. And it's just, I think that you know, people that are in that place that they, you know, you're not making enough through social media, that you guys need to pivot. You got to do something else. You can't just be staying there like oh, okay, you know, I'm just going to be begging, because they talk about it on the YT all the time. All these people are begging for money. They're asking all their subscribers if you could just donate $2 and 1,000 people. And it's just like, God asks you, God calls you to be good stewards of your money, but he also calls you to be wise, right? So if you know that you're in a place where you cannot financially take care of your household, you need to pivot. You need to do something else. And you may need to get off of social media, and you may need to get that 9 to 5 again, unfortunately. And sometimes it's okay. You know, sometimes I see people that, you know, they did well on social media, but now they're not. And it's just like, you gotta pivot, because you gotta pay your bills. And I'm not gonna be on social media begging for nothing. I'm just, you have to have multiple streams of income. Absolutely. I am an avid believer in multiple streams of income. You just can't rely on one. It's not good to just rely on one income. No, it's not good. So yes, it's definitely not good. So I'm just like, I thank God for the place I'm in. I'm like, ugh, I need a little bit more stable income for sure. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see what else. What else was we talking about? The one money goals. So can y'all not believe that? I can't believe that you know, the year is about to be over. It's 3 months to the year. Like, it's September, October, November, December. Like, we only got 3 months. That's it. I just can't believe it just went so fast. 3 months to the end of the year, y'all. But again, we still can reach those money goals. You still can definitely do it. We still have time to pay those credit cards off. We still have time to build a savings. We still have time. This year has gone by so fast. It really has. It really has. Like, you cannot tell me where the time went. Like, I don't know where it went. Like, December, what? It's about to be Christmas. The fall stuff are out, the pumpkin stuff. It's about to be Christmas, literally. Like, what? Where did the time go? It just went. I'm like, man, it just went so fast. Time waits for no one. That's why I say it's so important to have a plan. You fail to plan, you plan to fail. You have to have a plan for your money. You have to. And I'm going to say, listen, there are so many times that I said to myself, oh, I'm gonna pay that credit card off, or oh, I'm gonna save that money, and never do it. Never do it. So I am a big avid you know, believer in writing things down. You have to write it down. Even for you know, the end of the year, a lot of people have those New Year's resolutions. And this new year, I'm gonna save. You know, they do the 52-week challenge and saving money. Yes, you must plan for your money. You have to plan for your money, because if you do not plan for your money, then it's just gonna go. And you're just gonna be like, dang, I was supposed to pay this off, but then I didn't. I was supposed to prepare for this trip, but now I'm here. Now I'm swiping the credit cards again. Now you just get into this cycle of constantly feeling like you're in this rat race of like, man, I was supposed to do this, I was supposed to do that. But that's why we gotta write it down, y'all. We have to write it down. You have to, because time waits for no one. It definitely waits for no one. So you definitely have to write it down. But we still got time though. 3 more months. 3 months. Man, what can you do in 3 months? You can pay 2 credit cards off in 3 months. What can you do in 3 months? There's a lot that we can do for 3 months. And then not only preparing your minds for 2026. Like, how do you want your 2026 to look? Do you want to be debt free? Do you want to say, you know what, I want to build a $5,000 savings? Okay. Do you want to make sure that you have a high yield savings account? Make sure that your money is making money for you. I could do a lot with the time left. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. 3 months is a lot of time. Yes, you still can do a lot. You sure can. And we just have to plan for it. And we just need to be strategic with the time left. But I know a lot of people, it's so easy to put it off to say, you know what? Let me just wash 2025. It's already September. I could just wash. Yes, definitely must be smart with your holiday spending. Yes, they say that this season, y'all, is when credit cards go through the roof with this spending. This holiday season, they say credit cards, they say people start to spend like now, like, September, October, you got Halloween, you got Thanksgiving, Christmas, all of those holidays. They say that people they usually still are paying off their credit cards in January, February, March for like the holiday, for December. So it's like, we want to be better with our money, like prepare better. If you know you do Halloween big, or if you know you do Thanksgiving big, or if you know you do Christmas big, just prepare for it. Start socking away some money now, like $50. You know what? Let me just put $50 aside, right? Let me not swipe my credit card this year. Let me just, whatever I have, on my debit card, whatever I have in my savings, that's what I'm going to use for the holidays. Because, yeah, they say most consumers, the credit card debt goes through the roof on the holiday, and people are paying their credit cards off months later, like all the way into 2026, you still paying for Christmas. And let's not even talk about how if you swiping those credit cards, let's say you putting 500 on that credit card, and let's not even talk about the interest that you paying on all that. You're not paying 500 for that. You probably paying 600 or 700 because of interest rate. Because them credit cards, they want their money plus the interest. So you just have to be wise. And, it's like, give yourself grace. If that's been your habit for every year to swipe the credit cards, try to do something different this year. You say, you know what? I'm not going to swipe my credit cards this year, and I'm only going to use my money. So whatever it is that I have, that's what I'm going to do. Some people are like big gifters, and they feel like they need to get these elaborate gifts for their family. Know that your family is going to love you regardless if you get a big gift or a small gift. And that's the same thing that goes for the kids. I know for me, I used to get my kids extravagant gifts. I used to be that mom waiting in Toys R Us line, getting my kids all of these gifts, going into credit card debt, swiping my credit cards for one holiday out the year, for them to play with the gifts for 2.2 seconds, for them to, like, my kids were in the cars, for them to break the cars, and they just play it for 2.2 seconds, and then they're on to something else. So it's just like, I could have probably got those gifts at Walmart, or I could have probably not spent as much. They don't know the difference. They just thankful that they got gifts under the tree. So as parents, we need to be setting the example for them to say, listen, you still can get stuff, for Christmas or the holiday, but we're going to be on a budget, and it may not be as much as you used to, and not have any mom guilt for it. I know for me, just as a yup, regardless, we only buy from my 5-year-old and don't spend much either. Yes. Which honestly, listen, like, I know for me personally, like, just being a single mom of 3, I feel like I used to overcompensate for them, right? Because, the other parent may have not been there, as much as I would like. And I feel like, overcompensating and making sure that they have, and make sure that I'm doing all this extra for them. But at the end of the day, it's just like, you don't have to overcompensate. There's no mom guilt over it. It's just like, yes, I can still give my kids things, but not go into debt over it. Because honestly, when my kids were little, they didn't know the difference. My son liked the little dollar cars in the dollar tree. He didn't even know the difference. He's just seen a whole bunch of cars under the tree. That's all they did. But, just as parents and as moms, you're like, oh, I want to make sure that they have a lot. But I had to learn that, like, at the end of the day, the kids want you. They want your time. They want you to love on them. They want, gifts is materialistic things, but you can't, your time is priceless. You loving on them is priceless. You being there for them is priceless. My son doesn't know the difference either. Exactly. 5-year, exactly. It's like, most kids don't know the difference. It's like, they don't know a dollar store card from the Walmart card. They really don't even know. But yeah, I had to really I was that mom swiping the credit cards, going into debt, like, oh, they need to have all something to trade to say that they're, and I don't buy designer stuff. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was a designer girl, Dr. Lisa. I'm not gonna lie. Now I tell people all the time, I still like my Louis and my Gucci. I do. I'm not gonna lie about it. But I was like, there's a time and a place for it. It definitely is. It definitely. And now I think that like there's so many consignment shops where you can get the designer, but you can get it half price and you can get the real things. I have a consignment shop near me where they have the Louis and the Gucci, but it's like half price and it's like they're like pre-worn, bags or whatever. And I'm like, they're the real things and you don't even know the difference. So realizing that you don't have to keep up with the Joneses, or you don't have to keep up with this image of like, oh, I got it all together and I got this Louis bag and I got this designer, like all of that, because at the end of the day, you see millionaires walking past you with probably Walmart jeans on, but they got millions of dollars in their bank account. They have 401k. They're set up for the rest of their life. So it's like, who are you really trying to impress, right? I really had to ask myself these questions. Like, Jeannie, who are you really trying to impress, right? Like, what do you want more? You want that designer bag to show people that you have it all? Or do you want millions of dollars in your high yield savings account? Well, which one do you want? And not to say that you can't have both. You can, but I feel like it's a strategic way to do it, right? Make sure that you have a good amount of money in your high yield savings account and use the interest that your money is getting to buy the designer bag, right? Don't use your own money. Use the interest that your money is getting, the compound interest for you investing in stocks, investing in the stock market, because that's what the other people do. That's what they do. Exactly. I have a few bags, but I haven't spent like that since the pandemic. Exactly. And let's not talk about the pandemic, y'all. When they was giving out the checks to those people, I live near a outlet that has like, well, not an outlet, but I live near a big mall that has Gucci, Louis. When I tell you the line for Louis was out the door, people had bonnets on, getting Louis, Gucci. I'm like, listen, I'm not here to judge anybody, but I would say to all those people that if you would have invested some of your money into investments, do you know how much you would have now? Do you know how much you would have now if it was in a high yield savings account? If you just invested it in some stocks, do you know how much it'd probably double by now? Wow. Yes. Yes. It was just, so it's just like, I feel like as a culture, we're just so used to like, we got to keep up. Like we gotta make it seem like we got it all together, and we gotta, we have to have the nice, lavish, cars and bags and all that. And it's just like, I know for me, like, I was just so used to a car note. Like, oh, okay. I feel like the car note is the norm, but car notes is not the norm, and it doesn't have to be. And if just we really will understand and really take time to educate ourselves financially, that there are so many other ways to really invest your money and to really be good stewards of what God has given you. And it's nothing wrong with liking those lavish things. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself, but I think that it depends on the season you're in, right? Like, it was great joining your live tonight. Thank you so much, Dr. Lisa. Thank you so much for joining. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for engaging. Thank you so much. I am about to get off, y'all. It's been so good. Man, I was definitely, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I was discouraged the other day. I was on a live and I was on here and it was crickets, and I'm just like, oh man, I don't know if I should be doing this. I definitely was getting discouraged, but it definitely, I want to encourage a mom out there, or just encourage anybody that, it's ebbs and flows. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. Keep going, just like your budget. You may not be good with your budget today. You may not track your money well. You may not have any savings. You may be into deep debt, but listen, keep going. Give yourself grace. Know that you may have good days where you track your money or you save, and then you may have bad days where you don't. So know that it's ebbs and flows, it goes ups and downs. And I realize that you have to keep going because, you know, you're going to reach those goals. Make sure that you're writing out a plan. Make sure that you are staying consistent. Make sure that you are staying around like-minded people, staying connected to people, and make sure that you are having accountability for your finances. I think it's so important that everybody should have a financial coach. You should have somebody that is going to be helping you build your money. You should have a financial advisor that will help you invest your money. I'm a financial coach, so I'm here to help you pay off debt, to help you save, but I'm not a financial advisor. A financial advisor is a different certification, and that's where that person can actually help invest your money into the stock. So any retirement plans that you have, all of those things, that person is actually handling your money. And make sure that the financial advisor is somebody you trust, somebody that you relate to. It doesn't just need to be anybody, but somebody that is teaching you what they're doing with your money. So you just don't want any and everybody just handling your money. You want to understand what they're doing with your money. So before I close out the live, I want to say this short prayer over our finances. Lord, we thank you for bringing us into a new month. We surrender our finances to you, oh God. Give us wisdom, discipline, and strength to be good stewards over what you have blessed us with. Help us finish this year strong, debt-free, and full of peace. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Everybody that's watching on the replay and watching on the live, I hope that you reach all of your financial goals for September. Well, for September, but also for the next 3 months of the year. You still can reach your goals. Stay encouraged. Know that I am here to help. If you have any questions, there are links in my bio. I have free resources for you to download on YouTube. The link will be in my bio. On TikTok, you can go to my profile page and click the link, and there I have free resources. If you want a one-on-one coaching call with me, I'm accepting 5 new clients this month, so I only have space for 5 because I'm really determined to make sure that I have space to walk alongside you and help you reach your money goals. You still have time in 2025 to reach your money goals, whatever that is. I thank everybody that joined the live. And if you're catching this on the replay, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Catch me on Thursday. I will be here on Thursday at 7 p.m. same time. We'll be talking something about budgeting or something about your money. So if you are watching at the end of the live, make sure that you catch me on Thursday at 7 p.m. I hope that everyone has a blessed evening. And remember, budget with faith and prosper with grace. I see you guys on Sunday. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming into the live. Good night. Love you guys.